Henshin a go-go, baby. What's good, guys? Yoku here. And yo, I've been talking today. But anyway, Jingliu's light cone should be releasing tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll have a video prepped up for it tomorrow. Or am I right? Maybe I don't. Maybe it's already come out. I don't know. Point being is that I want to talk about Jingliu and how she influences the meta, or rather how she should influence the meta. Off rip, because I know someone's gonna say it, and we go through this every single video now. I understand some of you don't care about the meta. That's cool. It's okay. As a player, player. I'm not talking to you if you don't care about the meta. If you don't care about the meta, it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to care about the meta. You don't have to engage and try and draw other people in to not care about the meta. Some players, a lot of us, now that I found out, really do care about the meta. We want to know what's strong. We want to know what the popular thing is, how to build these characters, or how to make them as strong as possible. What's the most optimal build? What's the most optimal rotation? A lot of us care about this information especially when we're investing money into the game. I can have fun playing the game. I have fun doing big damage. And I know other players feel the same way. That out of the way. Let's talk about Jingliu. Based off of everything that I've seen about this character so far, her transcendent state, the extra crit rate, or rather free crit rate that she gets, looking like an improved Yang Xing. Jingliu, better, like I don't have any other way to say it, she's a monster. I don't have any other way to say that she's a monster. It literally just looks like she's a monster. Like, and I said this during my Imbibitor Lunae. There's a video that I have, the problem with Imbibitor Lunae, the problem with Daniel, Dan Heng, whatever. And in that video, I mentioned how quickly we've come to what would be considered power creep. I don't like using that term at all, but at this point in time, we're kind of there. Yes, power creep doesn't really happen in a PvE game. A lot of you will come to say that. I understand that. How do I explain this? It's not that it doesn't come. You can't just remove power creep as a concept, right? Just because it's a PvE game and not a PvP game, it doesn't remove power creep as a concept. It still exists. In this case, let's look at Seele, and I'll make a hypothetical. In Seele's case, Seele being the strongest DPS character in the game, new character comes out and they change the game. They make new enemies, the Mara Struck, and Mara Struck are everywhere. All the minions have some ability or something like Mara Struck. Now Seele becomes obsolete. It doesn't mean that she's not a cracked out, like she still does a shit ton of damage. Doesn't mean that she's bad. But if the game evolves, if the game changes to make this character obsolete while also raising another character up to be incredibly strong with no real drawbacks, that is basically power creep. It's another form of power creep. The game has adjusted to remove this thing from its existence. And personally, I think that's okay sometimes. Coming from Honkai Impact 3rd, I've seen some stuff from there. I think it's okay for the game to adjust, to evolve, to change, so that you don't have the same stuff. I hate looking at, oh yeah, who's top 3 DPS characters? 1, 2, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. They're the top DPS characters in Dragon Ball Fighters. They've been that way for 9 years. That's not true. For my fighter players, bro, trust me, I know those are not the top 3 characters. All right, they're just very easy for me to name off the top of my head. If those are the same top 3 for 9 years, I'd be bored. I don't want to play the game anymore. Not because I can't play other characters, but because everyone else is going to be using these characters. It's very obvious they're top, and the game has adjusted or not adjusted to them being at the top. If Hoyoverse consistently changes the game, whether that be through a weather system similar to Honkai Impact, or if they change it the way Spiral Abyss is, to where they're adding new enemies, they're making the turbulence more like a negative than a positive. Right now, turbulence is a huge positive to us, okay? Turbulence is like, oh yeah, if you kill a minion, you do 5 million damage to everything around the minion. Why are you making it easier for me to clear MOC? I understand everybody can't clear MOC. That's fine. I don't want anyone to think that I want the game to be like fucking Elden Ring hard, but you already have strongest shit characters. They are the DPS characters. Imagine Dragon does whatever the hell he wants for free. Oh, he has to suck up skill points. He don't care. He does not care. If your Imagine Dragon is sucking up skill points, he's as dumb as the AI Imagine Dragon, because there's no shot in hell this dude does not blow you up for free. Oh yeah, I needed 3 skill points. By the way, you're dead. Wait, I didn't even get my turn yet. You're dead. You're literally dead. Poosh. Dragon comes spiraling out of the ground. You're dead. 312,000 damage. Who's surviving that? The enemy? No, he's not. He's dead. So now that we've moved past this point, and we can look at the support characters, the sustain characters, there's so much that I could talk about in terms of where the meta currently is and like how we're shaping it, or how the game is shaping itself. I feel like Jingliu is going to be another Imbibitor Lunae. I think she's going to be a character that comes into the game and absolutely destroys the tier list charts. I think she's going to be a character that if Imbibitor Lunae is S+, she's right there with him. I don't think that she's stronger or weaker than current Imbibitor Lunae. You start adding Eidolons, they're broken. They're both broken. In the event she releases, and I can't even say it that way. The thing that I was gonna say doesn't make sense, because the thing about Imbibitor Lunae, what makes Daniel so strong, he can work with a various amount of relics. He doesn't need a lot of investment. Now, granted, you want a lot of crit damage. Yes, you want some high attack. If you can manage it, sure. His crit rate, you can get it up there. You know, you could get his crit rate to the 70%, the 50%, whatever the requirement is. He can do it. Jingliu is an improved version of Yanxing. Yanxing, what's in Yanxing's kit? I need, what's the number? 31%. I think it's like 31% or 19%. It's a really odd number, but Yanxing needs a small amount of crit rate. You don't need the body at all. You need like 3 substats, and then you have all the crit rate you need to get 100% crit rate. So at that point, all you need is crit damage. You need like 3 substats and crit rate. Everything else is crit damage, attack, and speed. Never get hit. Yanxing's problem is Japard. He is glued to this character that needs shields. He needs to be able to pull aggro away from Yanxing. He needs to never get hit. And thankfully, his soul, whatever, they keep changing the name. Soul Steer or Soul Sync, I'm gonna call it Soul Sync. Soul Sync reduces his aggro even further, but it ain't 0%. Like, he does not have a 0% chance to get hit, so it doesn't help all the time. You can't run him without Japard. Japard gives you shields, yada, yada, yada. You guys get what I'm saying. Jingliu takes that concept and removes the negative. It doesn't matter if I get hit. I'm always going to have this buff. Oh, I'm in Transcendent state. I've now buffed myself. Not only have I buffed my damage, not only have I increased my technical speed by being able to advance forward immediately, she gives herself a Bronya boost. I now have 100% crit. I have guaranteed crit damage against you. Oh, let's just say that I had 250% crit damage, and now I have guaranteed my multipliers. How strong are my multipliers, guys? Let's throw up a hypothetical. Let's say that I deal 300% of my attack to whatever the hell it is that you got, and then I have 200% crit damage on top of that. I have 3,000 attack as a stat. Oh, my speed is the technical or traditional 134. You're dead. I'm gonna blow your back out. Destruction, and I mentioned this during that same video, the Daniel video, destruction is probably the strongest, if not best, path in the game. They don't have a real drawback. Some early characters in destruction have a drawback, some being like Arlen. Arlen needs to remain at less than 10% HP to get the most of his damage. He also wants or desires E6 to do really disgusting damage. Some of you guys are asleep on Arlen. When you see an E6 Arlen, when you see an Arlen played the right way, Arlen is dishing out blade levels of damage. Arlen is crazy fucking strong. He's any character that sucks away their own HP or consumes HP into attack, crazy strong automatically. They did ruin his multipliers though, and that's why he's not as strong as he used to be, but he's still very strong. Blade, we know how Blade is, right? Blade is a character, he consumes his own HP with the skill, and then he has a follow-up attack that, you know, once he gets the 5, he AoE across the board. His ultimate, oh, I've lost 50% of my HP or 70% of my HP, 100 and something thousand damage for free. My regular attack, I'm just gonna clear you across the board, bro. And it's a basic, he only uses 1 skill point, basic attack for 9 turns. It's over, you know, you can't do anything about these characters. It's a wonderful thing for the player. I love it. As a player, I'm all about destruction. That's my favorite path. Most of my favorite characters are from destruction. So you're never gonna catch me complaining about like, oh yeah, man, I can't believe they made Jingliu so fucking strong. They need to nerf Jingliu. Get her out of here, bro. Nerf her. No, absolutely not. What I want is for you to change the game, evolve the game, make the game more difficult so that I have a reason to have these strong characters. As of right now, there's not a real reason to have Jingliu on your account or to have Imagine Dragon on your account. You don't need them. I mean, I want them, but do I need them? No, I'm a blow their back out anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't want to say that Jingliu will ruin the meta, because I don't agree with that. But I do want to say that I think Jingliu, once again, is going to sit right there with Imagine Dragon. And when you have so much power in one account or so much power in the game and the game cannot keep up, or they refuse to keep up, I don't know what Hoyoverse's plan is. If they don't change the game, you enter the state of boredom. You get to a point where you start doing stuff just to do it. I wonder if I can solo solo MOC with just Jingliu? Probably can. I wonder if I can solo MOC with just Imagine Dragon and Locha. Probably can, because they're that strong. You get to a point of boredom, you don't want to play the game anymore, you're logging in for your dailies, and that's it. There's no more. You don't do anything else beyond logging in to do your dailies, and the game is dead to you. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. This character is gonna be cracked. I'm calling it now. She is going to be out of her mind, blowing backs out like nobody's business. She is gonna walk around here, Fuda big dickin'. That's what Jingliu is gonna do. I'm a fan of it. I love it. I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Are you guys also a fan of Jingliu big dickin' out here, or are you afraid of what's wrong with me, bro? Let me know how you feel about Jingliu. That's it. I'm gonna get out of here. Subscribe if you want to see more. We're having daily content. If I can manage it every day, I'm gonna start implementing some short form content. We're talking about Jingliu, talking about Topaz, talking about how to help new players. Leave the comments down below. If you see some new players, guys, because they're circulating a lot. PlayStation is getting a new release, or its official release. You're gonna have a lot of new players. Treat everybody with respect. That's one of the things that I would love if we could do that. I didn't get treated with respect during my Genshin Impact early days when I jumped into Genshin Impact like after day one. I mean, I started day one, but you get what I'm saying. Genshin had a nasty track record. I would appreciate if we as a community could not, like, let's keep a clean record. You know what I mean? Like, if we could all keep a clean record for Star Rail, let's help the new players. Let's encourage them to play the game, enjoy it, play the story. Let's lead them down the right path. Free to play, pay to win, whatever. Let's help everybody. Let's make sure they're all good. Lead them to videos, give them correct information, yada, yada, this and that. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And almost no question is a stupid question. Some questions are definitely really stupid, but I'm out of here. Thank you for watching the video. I can't say my use outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.